Hello, hello, friends. Welcome to Feeling Green. This is the event for St. Patrick's Day that is happening inside the Crafty Bunch. My name is Grace. I am finishing up today's event. So I'm the last presenter, which I'm honored to be finishing everything up for everybody. It's been going on for quite a while. So if you missed all the creative, fun, Feeling Green, crafty projects today, make sure you join the Crafty Bunch. It's a free craft community here on Facebook. I am broadcasting to both Facebook and to YouTube. So when you get here, please say hello. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're saying hello and where you're coming in from. Thanks to Michelle, my friend from Michelle Bell's Creations, handing it off to me over in the group. Thanks to the Crafty Bunch for being here with me. I just want to make sure everything's got through and everybody can see me, and we're going to get started. I have quite a bit I want to do. If you can see on my table here, I started these pages. I can't wait to show you these pages. Hang tight. Let me just get this table a little bit bigger. Nope, not that. This. Yes, table bigger. There we go. Look at this. These papers that I made. So I took, goodness gravy, I wish you had a better view. Look, I'm going to back you up a little bit. There. I took 12 by 12 decorative scrapbook paper from a paper pack. Has lots of green in it. As you can see, lots of beautiful greens in this paper pack. So I took these pages from this paper pack. Now that is my addition. That is that gold ink that I was showing you from that gold paint marker earlier that I put on there. So I took these earlier and collaged on this side with the idea that I would make 8-inch pages for a junk journal. So that's what we're going to work on, is this junk journal. Look at all you girls just pouring right in here. Hi, there's my friend Michelle from Michelle Bell Creations. Thanks for being here. Hello, there's Christy Sloan from My Artful Adventures, and Debbie is here, and Carol and Teresa, Lisa Kidd. Thanks, Cheryl from Mama Peas, for sharing me in the group. You guys are the best. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Diana and Sandy. Hello, hello, Crafty Chicks. Yes, Sandy, I love that. Okay, I'm going to grab my chair. I wasn't going to sit, but I'm going to take everything off my chair and sit down so I can hang out with you and create. My gosh, I love how these turned out so much. But my idea was to make standard. Okay, if I take a piece of regular paper, let's do it. I'll show you here. Hold on. This is a printable kit that I have that has lots of green on it, and I printed it on a piece of decorative cardstock. Put it through my printer. So this is regular 8.5 by 11 paper. So if I fold this in half, my goal was to have these fit alongside regular 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper in a junk journal. So I've got to tear these down and get them that size. And I want to do a little bit of work on the signatures and on the cover. So I have a lofty goal tonight of getting a lot done. So let's just start. Let's just get started. If I keep this handy, this piece of paper, then it tells me, like, if I chop it down right there, it's not going to be any bigger than that. And that's kind of my goal. So I'm just going to use a ruler. I don't mind a rough cut. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut these down. Tear them down, really. And this one, of course, will not get thrown out. It'll get used for something. And I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. Thanks for everybody. You like the numbers? Thanks to everybody who was on Whatnot with me earlier. I asked them what numbers I should be using. If these numbers, I was thinking that was an area code. If these numbers are an area code near you, please tell me, because I was thinking that was an area code 413. I'm from Massachusetts, and my area code was 617, Boston proper. But I don't know. I was thinking 413 was Western Mass. Am I remembering right? Anybody know this information? Here's 42. These, I just took the numbers that the girls who were with me today on Whatnot this morning. I was like, what other numbers should I use? And they just were telling me. They were just giving me numbers to use. So that was kind of fun. Now, I don't care, honestly. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 inches. Not quite 8. I don't mind. It doesn't bother me in the least. I'm kind of going by the fact that this wasn't fully decorated all the way up to 8. So we'll just take that. It's fabulous. That's good stuff right there. Hey, Lydia, how are you, friend? Ginny saying hello to Callie. Ginny, how are you? I love when girls are chit-chatting. Now, these are ones I did off camera, and I didn't decorate them as much, although I added quite a bit of green to them. I absolutely love doing these painted pages, you guys. This one has words on this side, and I'm going to make sure that I cut them so that they're right side up, the words. Not that it really matters. I don't know. I lost count there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do, Matt, I have the whole thing is done. I'm going to go a little shorter on this one so that I have a nice chunk of paper here that I can use for something else. Maybe I can make more than one page spread. I don't know. That's not fully, I feel like I could do more decorating on these, but you can do that later. Now this one, doesn't matter which way it goes. So I'm really just cutting down to get smaller pages. It's 12 inches is way too big for what I need. So I decorated 8 inches of this side, and that's what I'm going to use in my book. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. I'm going to go a little shorter. And you see I'm not being too particular about this, right? This is definitely 508. Somebody shout that out. What is 508 area code? Somebody tell me in the comments. Thanks, Janet. She says, my papers are expressive and creative. Oh my gosh, what a compliment. Thank you, my friend. Now I could do 6 by 6 here and get 2 really nice chunks of paper here because I decorated all the way up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to give me a short page. But then again, I'll have 2 of them, right? Which would be nice. I could either use them both in this book or use them in 2 different books. And as a matter of fact, isn't that cute? As a matter of fact, if I take my sample page, of course, this was 11 and a half, 8 by 11 and a half. So 12 inches, when I fold this in half, it's going to extend beyond. And I may or may not want that. Look at the bicycle. Oh, I like the bicycle. All right, let's go this way with this one. And what I do personally, I just pile up pages until I get the book together. And then I decide which pages are going to go in, which pages and which direction they're going to go, that kind of stuff. Now, I started on a book cover out of a cereal box. And I purposefully made this book cover smaller, shorter than this is my biggest page. I purposefully made it shorter because I want to try some different and unique things with my covers. So this will work out just fine. I just wanted to test it. I love to have my book cover on hand if I have one in mind. And I thought I'd do from a cereal box so that you guys could see that. I have something resisting me right there. It's resisting me. It's resisting the fold. Why are you resisting? It's all the glue and all my stamping and all the papers I added. Right there, it's just not wanting to go. Whew. I'm getting a workout here. Okay, so we're just piling up our pages. Lots of green, you see, lots of green. But I have some other things to mix in with them. Let's fold this one this direction. I didn't want them to be just all green. So when I painted over, I did some grays, blacks, whites, a little bit of a soft green, as you can see. I didn't want every page to be like uber, like scream in your face green. St. Patrick's Day. Who's Irish? I'm Irish. I'm half Irish, half Italian. What about you? Any Irish eyes smiling out there? Did you wear green today? I have my green hat on. I realized when I opened my drawer, I don't really own a lot of green. Okay. I might do something fun with those book pages for the cover. I have kind of this stuff put aside for the cover, but let's figure out before we work on that cover. Let us look at what pages we have to make signatures. Okay. So I pulled a bag. I always like to work a bag in there. I've got some ledger paper, music paper. This is 2 envelopes from probably bank statements or something like that, that I glued together on the bottom. I glued them together right here, and then I folded so that I have 2 separate window envelopes. That can be a page in my journal. Now this is going to be quite tall, so I don't know, I might cut it down. Not sure. We'll figure it out later. Then I have my printables. I printed 2 on cardstock. This one, and where's the other guy? Oh, he's way down. Where did I put him? Well, there's another one right here. Here he is. These 2 are cardstock printables. Just, I like to have some cardstock so that there's some thicker paper. And then I have all of my painted papers that I made. So I have all of this right now for making signatures in my book. I also have, this is a green printable that I got from the Digital Collage Club. I have all of these pages that I printed off, but I don't want the whole darn thing green. But I have them because I thought they're really gorgeous, and we can mix them in with the other papers to create signatures. Now we got to get our, I've got most of my signature stuff together, but let's get this cover done. Anybody ever made a book out of a cereal box or a granola box or a cracker box? Hey, Christy, there's my friend Christy from Funky Junk Inspiration. If you are not following Christy or any of the other creative friends here who have businesses, please do that. We love your support. Hey, is it Maritza? I love the name. Maritza, what a pretty name. Hi, thanks for being here. Lydia's all Portuguese, girl. I'm proud of it, I'm sure. Hey, Stephanie, thanks for blessing the nest. I appreciate you so much. Debbie, thanks for the little shamrock. 508, Massachusetts. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, Christy. I'll be mixing shorts in my journals. What? Michelle, what does it mean? I missed the numbers part this morning. You did, Debbie? Callie's 504. Oh, Sandy, I made these papers on Whatnot earlier this morning. They were super fun to make. Super fun. Collaged and then painted, and used my Stabilo all pencil with some stamps. So it was a collection of things. All right, let's get this decorated. Okay, we're gonna cover this. And I've never done it this way before, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna do big collage, kind of like what we did with the papers this morning. I was thinking I would use these 2 on these 2 corners and book paper on the other 2 corners. I have a piece of fabric to cover the middle. So let's just get started. That's my idea. We're going to use, for now, a glue stick. And I'm going to glue up sections of this. I've never quite done it this way, so let's just see what we get. Actually, Grace, I could be a little bit more regimented or organized about this. I'm going to place my cereal box on a square, looking at these squares, so I kind of get an idea of how much coverage I'm getting here. Let's stick this here. We're going to do another one of these over in this corner. And you follow along with what I got going on here. I don't know. I'm trying something new. So let's just do it. I'm going to go this way. I don't know why. Just because I feel like it. What I'm actually looking for when I'm looking at the squares is to make sure I have at least 1 inch of paper all the way around my cereal box. So that's what I'm looking for there. That's why I wanted grids to help me. Okay, now we're going to put this here. I don't need this much of this. Like, it's like way too much. So I'm going to actually cut it down so it's similar to size as the book paper. And this can be a rough cut too. It doesn't have to be super perfect. We can use that for something else. So if I go like this, then you can see right here where this ends right here. I'm going to cut this to be about the same size. It doesn't have to be exact, but I don't see why I would, just fold all that paper underneath and lose it. I try to salvage as much as I can to use later. I probably am going to run this through my sewing machine. I don't want it to be perfectly grid, you know. I just wanted to have 2 different greens and 2 different book papers on here. So see, I only have this little bit to cover. I don't need this whole entire thing. I only need like that much of it. So oh, I need more than that, Gracie. Oh no, that was right. That was right. All right. Trying to salvage. I'm going right over these other papers, the edge of them, with glue so that I'm overlapping them. Now what I get on the other side, it's going to be a little wonky, but it's going to be okay. I think I will, if I have the room to cover that white, I will. So I'm going to cover a little bit of that. Let's do that right there. Okay. So see what we got? I needed a 1-inch overhang all the way around is what I was looking for. Let's see who else is here. Michelle Bell, that's how I learned to make a journal, a cereal box. I know, it's the funnest way. Always use food boxes, Jennifer. Good job. Oh, Carol, use up your food boxes, girl. Okay, now I only need really 1 inch all the way around, and I do like to cut my corners down. So that'll be the next thing. I'm just going to come in and take this ruler, and if anything's hanging over, I'm just going to tear it off, because that's about a 1-inch ruler. So let's just tear off. We don't need all this excess getting in our way. I can't even get that to come up. Oh goodness, that one's a little shorter than 1 inch. We'll make it work. It's not a problem. There we go. And this, oh my gosh, it's not even enough to worry about. I'm just going to leave it. Okay, now I am going to cut though. First of all, I'm going to do this to make sure that's nice and flat. And I'm going to glue down my junctures here. I traditionally would use just one really big piece of paper to cover this, but I kind of wanted the greens, the different variety of greens. So that's why I did it the way I did. I think once you know the premise is how to make these books, it becomes really easy to like improvise and kind of change things up for yourself. I missed a corner. Imagine that. Crazy. It looks like that glue stick's going to be out here in a minute. I don't have much of that left. This one I'm short on material here, but I'm gonna make it work anyway. Okay, here we go. We're gonna glue. And I think for this, well, I want to run this through my machine, so I don't want a ton of thick glue right here. And I still have some more papers to add on here and fabrics. So I'm just using my glue stick for now to get these stuck down, and then I'm going to run it through my machine while we're live here. Hey, Carrie, how are you, friend? Use up your boxes, girls. Debbie says me too. She's got a lot of boxes on hand. Use them up, girls. Use them up. Let's make some covers. You can make book pages too out of your cereal boxes, you know. Doesn't have to just be for covers. Use them to make book pages. They make really lovely, nice, thick, strong book pages as well. There we go. Look at flappy, flappy. Get it down there, Grace. Okay. I need a little more glue right here. It appears to be. You can use the liquid glue. I don't know. I'm just using this. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to run it through my machine anyway to do some reinforcements. Nice and clean corners and stuff this way. Whoops. Gosh, I feel like I'm sweltering all of a sudden. I'm going to just take a second to take my sweater off. Yeah, Carol, every once in a while, she said, I use them. I just have a lot on standby. Every once in a while, I can't stand it how many I have, and I throw some out because I know my family eats so many crackers, I can't even keep them in the house. So number one, we always have cracker boxes. And when Landon's home, cereal boxes. We have a ton of cereal boxes. Okay, I'm going to very slowly work these folds because this is going to become my binding. So I just want to reestablish these bends or folds in my cover. Like, look at how cute that is, you guys. I actually was going to cover that with material, but I really, really like it. And there's nothing to say that I can't, a lot of times we'll put a piece of like doily or something over my binding anyway. So I think I'm just going to leave that like that and use my material in here. Thoughts? What do you think? I have this left over. I have to cover these now. Like I have to cover this up. So first, I need something to cover this. And I was going to use the stuff Michelle sent me. Michelle sent me some beautiful fabrics and papers. Like, look at this. Wouldn't this be the cutest? Covering that? Heck yes. Yes, yes. That's going to go right there. For sure. I know for sure. But now I need something to cover these two. And I think I'll just go with papers. I have lots of them on hand. Let's see. I actually even have next to me some coffee stain papers. And they're not, look at how dark that one is and how light that one is. Doesn't matter to me. They just need to be the right size. Yes? Yes, that's what they need to be. So I'm going to cut these down. Let's see, how do I want to do this, Gracie? First of all, decide what side are you going to use. It doesn't matter. They almost look exactly the same. So I'm going to cut it here. Nope. Here. And then I'm going to cut it right here. I want it to go just about to the edge, not all the way to the edge, but just about to the edge. And they both need to be the same size. Oh man, this one's too ripped. I could still use it. Girls, I'm all about junk. I'm all about using the junk. I'm going to do it. I'm going to use this one too. You can't tell me no. I'm like not going to limit myself. Yeah, I'm going to do it. All right, let's get this one cut down first. And I'm not going to get my cutter. I'm going to be lazy about it. We're just going to do this. It doesn't even line up. It's not even like, it's not even at a juncture that's helpful to me. I need it to end at a line would be nice. So I can put my ruler on the line here where my marking is and down here on the corresponding line. And then I'll be sure to get it straight. Gracie? I feel like I'm cockeyed or something. What's going on tonight? All right, there we go. There's one. Now we're gonna go this way. Gosh, precision is hard for me. That's why I stopped quilting. I can't do precision. It stresses me out. I want to be somewhat precise. Yep, and I actually don't, this is going to get covered with fabric anyway, so I don't, you know, that's okay. We're going to run those. Thanks, Rusty. She says, love those papers. We're going to run this through my machine and do some stitching on everything. So I think I'll just run this glue again. And a lot of it. What did you guys do? Did anybody do anything for St. Patty's Day? You want to hear about my hubby's little lunch date? It wasn't with me. My hubby had a lunch date. I said, honey, I said, wow, we haven't done, Chris and I haven't done anything for St. Patty's Day in a long, long time. I was looking, and my Facebook memories reminded me 11 years ago we had a green beer together. But he has this standing tradition. He goes with a friend named Aaron, and they go to lunch on St. Patty's Day, which I do think is actually quite nice that they get to do that together. All right, this I am going to have actually no wiggle room with this in terms of extra paper. There's none. Look at it. I will. That's where we're landing. And it's going to be a little whacked out on top, and I don't mind it at all. So I'm just going to put it on there and trim it down from here. I can see or feel where my fabric is going to go. I don't want too much bulk on the binding. So right there. This will get covered by the fabric over on this side. Let's try this and see. I kind of like that it's ratty. It's all my style. It's just kind of my style. I can't do precision at all. Paint party with Lydia says. That's why I just eyeball everything. Girl, me too. You and I. Let's just stick together. I'm down with that. It just stresses me out to no end. So I just choose not to. I mean, I don't see the point. If this is supposed to be our fun stuff, why would we stress ourselves with trying to be so darn precise? It's okay. It's a junk journal, girls. Plus, we're not going for awards or anything. This is just, you know, it's for us. It's for our consumption. Well, for you. You guys see what we do. But, like, no one's going to take anything away from you. You haven't like lost a title or a job or salary. It is supposed to be fun. I love that that's all whacked out and chunky there. Okay, now I think this is so cute. I was actually planning on using this green striped, but girls, are you kidding me with this cuteness in here? What do you think? Should I use this? Michelle, thank you for sending this to me. Miss Michelle Bell. Michelle Bell. I don't want to cut that little bunny. I want as many bunnies as possible. I'm going to have it go over the top a little, and I'm going to have it, I've never done this before either, but let's do it. Okay, I've already covered the edges with this decorative paper. Never done this before, but I think it'll be cute. I am going to glue this down so that it's hanging off the top and bottom. Do you think I can? Look at that. Do you think we can do this? Do you think it'll work? It's going to get sewn, remember, so I'm going to put a whole lot of glue in the middle. And actually, I think I will also add a little bit of liquid glue. That fabric, right? Michelle sent that to me, Lydia. Isn't it adorable? Just adorable. All right, I'm just reinforcing with a little fabric glue here. Just to make sure I don't go nowhere. Paint party. I don't know how to measure, she says. I must have skipped that day in school. Listen, Carol, yeah, everybody has a different, everybody shout out your favorite glue stick in the comments. This will be interesting to see. I think everybody has a different favorite. Okay, it doesn't really matter, but if you want to be super or as precise as possible, what I usually do is finger press the middle of my fabric. So, or whatever you're trying to measure. I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to fold it in half, finger press the top and bottom, just put a little crease. Now I can see visually where the center of my fabric is, and then I do the same thing here. I'm going to line up the center of my binding, and I can see that that line is my center. So I'm going to try to get that crease on that line. That's about as precise as you're going to get with me. That's what I got in me, girls. That's what I can handle. All right. Now, nothing says I can't change my mind. I'm going to have that hanging out right there, and I may chop it down. Maybe I won't. I don't know. We're just going to leave it there for now and not worry about it. I kind of like the idea of it hanging out. Ooh, well, we got a big string coming off there. All right, we're going to do some sewing. We're going to try. I have my sewing machine right here. I hope you don't mind the noise. And it'll be a little challenging, just a tish, to make some room. But we're going to move this machine over. Haven't used her in a while. Come on, baby girl. We're going to get her in here. You can see the tip of her. All right. We're going to run this through here and fortify everything. Hopefully my machine can handle going through all of this. I'm sewing and watching you, and I'm trying to finish my little book, but I might be back on later. Oh, Lydia, good for you. It's so fun to get stuff, like work on your projects, isn't it? All right, I'm going to start down the middle, and I'm going to do a little stitch along. I can see my fold lines. I can see them better here than I can see them here. Well, I guess now that I've folded it, I can see them. I want to go along that line and just give a stitch to hold this stuff together. And I think I want a straight stitch, which is where I am. Let me put my needle up, make sure everything's where it needs to be, or it should be, I hope. And let's start in the middle. I'm just going to do a straight stitch down the binding as best I can. And I don't know, I've never, with this new machine, well, this machine I don't think I've done through a cereal box. So let's just see. I don't think that was whatsoever straight, but it went all the way down the line. All right, I'm not going to take it all and cut it off. I can cut it off later. Now, where's my line? Where's my fold line? I got to get it right. I mean, it's okay, right? It's okay if we're not completely lined up. We're not going to worry. We're going to put a stitch in for fortification. This is where I'm like, yeah, I'm the one you're going to, hey, why are you still going? Oh, my presser foot got stuck under the table. I pushed it right under the table. So it kept going even though I took my foot off of it. Okay, we got that. We're fortifying. I just want to fortify that and hold it in place. I can decide later if I want to cut that off, but now what I'm going to do is go all the way around the edge. And I think I'm going to do a zigzag to make it a little decorative. We're just going to go all the way around the edge of this book. Okay. This is, not only is it cute, but it's going to be holding it together better. I'm going to get this out of my way. Only so much room on my desk, girls. I might have to straighten this out a little. My water bottle's in the way. I can't be the only one with limited space. So I think I know that you guys understand. That's the way it goes sometimes for crafty girls, us crafty chicks. All right, here we go. I'm not even trying to be straight, girls. All right. For the sake of interest, one more stitch. One more. Get in there. There you go. I like it to go down in the project so I can flip this easily without... Oh, I lost my bottom. I lost my thread somehow. Hold on, girls. My top thread is still there. My bottom is out. You little stinker. It's empty. It's empty. Funky Junk Inspiration. I love stitching around the edges of my books and pages. It just adds something fun. I think so too. Hey, Alex, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Carol says she usually uses a Yoo-Hoo stick. Christina, my favorite is the Scotch Create permanent glue stick, but they're kind of hard. Sometimes they're hard to get. Sometimes they're out. They're from 3M. This is my favorite. I have tried a bunch of others. This is my favorite because it really feels permanent to me. All right, I have to, has anybody seen anybody do this when you bind your, fill up your bobbin? Should I give it up and work on the signatures? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's terrible. It's terribly irritating actually, but look at how cute the stitching is turning out. Goodness. I did not want to do this, but I'm going to have to do this if I'm going to continue. So you know what I'm going to do? If I can lift you up even higher, I will. Oh yeah, baby. And you might be upside down for a minute, but we're gonna work with what we got. Well, it's like pause for a minute, like, oh, this is unexpected interruption to our broadcast, but we can make it work. All right, we got to get this through this little hole. I'm going to wet it a little bit. I know I spit on it. It's gross, but it's what we do. It's what we do. I can't be the only one. Okay, now we got to come down here. Oi, this little thing right here. And we're going to stick it on there. So push it to the right. Now, on my other machine, I have to do, it's a little bit different than on this machine. Where is my presser foot? Hold on. Oh, my little, I had to get my little thing untangled. It'd be tangled up. All right. We're going to fill this bad boy up. There is a way to thread it while you're doing this process. So I'm going to thread it, but I have a lot of extra loose threads. I'm also going to hold it while I'm doing this. And once it starts, it should keep up on its own. Sometimes I help it along. This machine doesn't seem to fill the bobbin as evenly as my other machine. So I do help it along. Hold on, I gotta get a hold of this. I'm just gonna guide it with my hand because it is making, yeah, it's making a complete mess. Hold on, I'm gonna redo this. Look at what a mess that made. I'm taking it out, some of it. Okay, Gracie, think for a minute. I'm doing the checklist in my head. Did I do everything right? Because this really seems to be coming out wacky. I'm guiding it with my hand, if you can see. Uh-oh. I got a tangle. I got a tangle. Well, this will be a first. All right, all of you like professional seamstresses and quilters alike are like, girl, you don't know what you're doing. I never claimed to be a professional. Just a crafty chick trying to have some fun. There we go. Now we're in business. It should stop when it's full. There we go. All right. Woo. Done. Now I got to load it up. I'm going to back you up here so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. There's a way to make it even. There's some kind of adjustment, but luckily my new machine does it fine. I think she's saying, God, that's a blessing, right? When your machine, this is my newest machine. And I've struggled with this process on this machine a little bit. It just doesn't seem to load it properly. So it's okay. Like, it always works for me. I just have to fuss with it a little bit. And girls, if you don't know anything about machines, I would just say to you, don't let that hold you back from creating, using a machine on your creations if that's what you want to do. Because the more you do it, the more you're going to, you will eventually figure it out. It just takes a little patience, a little stick-to-itness. You'll get it. Don't let the machine beat you. Don't let the machine cause you not to do what you want to do. That's what I would say. Don't let it intimidate you. There are so many YouTube videos out there on how to run these machines that I would hate to see you lose the option of doing it because you're intimidated by something. I don't think I can do that without a little pokey tool or something because I got to reach at that. It's way in there. Come on, thread. This thing doesn't go above here. My other machine does. Every stinking machine is a little bit different. This little arm doesn't quite go above. So whenever I do this, it feeds it down into the machine. And the only way I can get it is with a tweezer. Again, it would be nice. It's a cheap machine, so I can't really ask for the world here, right? Like, if you buy an expensive machine, all this stuff is a little bit more smooth and easy for you, I promise you. But when you're trying to I have 3 machines now. Oh, here it is right here. What am I doing? 3 machines for different reasons. And I've kind of learned a lot by having the 3 machines because they're all so different. They each have their own personalities. This one I haven't named yet, girls. Babsy is the second one that I bought, named after my mom. All right, here we go. Now we're back in business. Wowzer, that was fun, wasn't it? Even if you didn't think we were going to do so much technical stuff here, we got it done. All right, whew, back in business, girls. This broadcast will continue after, oh, wait a minute, after Gracie figures this out. All right, where did we leave off? Where did this bundle of fun stop working? Here, way up here. And zigzag, yes. And I'm going to over zigzag here because I'm going to go over my other stitches. Please work. Please don't give me trouble. Did you ever talk to your machine? Please work. There we go. Yay! Everybody do a cheer. Show me some cheerleading in the comments. I just want it to go in so I can lift and twirl. There we go. Oh my gosh, I love the green so much. Oh, I'm way off now. Like my line is like not whatsoever straight. I'm going to back stitch a couple before I'm done. All right. Now, the stuff Michelle sent me is coming off the table. I picked this little fairy for my cover, and I'm not sure if I'm going to maybe able to make that work out, but we're going to try. Let me get you back down here. Whew, okay, here's what we got. So cute. All right. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I've never done this before where I've had fabric hanging out from the binding like this, and I don't have to decide now. I love it from here. I don't even mind it from this edge. I could, like, that's really cute. I could tack it down, like glue it down as like a little, almost looks like a little cap. If I loosely tacked it down with some glue, that would be really cute too. Look at it, folds almost like a collar. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Let's see about these signatures now, because I can fit in here 3 signatures, I think. So let's see how that's going to work out. Okay, we have our papers here. Here's what we've already worked out for signatures. All of this. And look how, that's plenty, right, to fill this? Hey, Marcia, how are you? She says, joining late. I got the same machine as Babsy, and I'm so frustrated with it. What's the matter with it? Oh, it doesn't stay threaded? There must be something with it. I would definitely, if you just got it, see if you can return it. If you got it off Amazon, they're really good with their returns. I wonder why it won't stay threaded though. Marcia, message me privately and I'll see if I can give you some suggestions. Like, is it the top or the bottom, or when is it coming undone? Yeah, I don't use my nicest machine for paper anymore because I had to keep fixing it and it was costing me a fortune. Christina says, I never touch any settings on my sewing machine or serger. They are already set when I buy them. Only thing I do is change stitch. Oh, good for you. Yeah, I do too, Carol. I have 2 cheapies. This one was a little over 100, but I paid 50 for it. And Babsy was like 50, which was nice. Yes. Yes, Marcia, do you see what Michelle's telling you? To check your tension on the top and bottom. For sure, what I would do too is just YouTube it. YouTube the topic. There are a gazillion videos out there to help you with this stuff. Seriously, there are so many videos. Okay, I have 2 pieces of paper that are cardstock. Okay, I like to separate things like, so if I have cardstock, if I'm going to do 3 signatures, I'll have cardstock in all 3. This is like unusual. All right, I only have 2 pieces of cardstock. So let's make this one. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. And then I just make sure that they each have equal number of pages and similar pages, right? Like something unusual. So this one has the envelope, the envelopes with the windows. This one is the subway bag. This one has ledger paper. And then I have my painted papers. So this one already has a lot of green. So I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to put this one here. I'll put that one there. And I only have 2 left. Oh my gosh, I just heard my son yelling, and he's playing video games. And he's now yelling really loud. Okay. This was another paper that I really loved, but I do have extras. Remember, I cut one of these 6 by 6. So let's take this. I cut one of these pages 6 by 6, so it gave me 2 pages out of it. So let's take this one and see how this is going to look. Oh my gosh, my time is up. Hold on, girls. I'm the last person, so I think I can take an extra minute. The last time this happened, Cheryl was so gracious and she said, yeah, you can take a few extra minutes. So that was nice because there's nobody after me, but I sure would encourage you to go back into the Crafty Bunch and watch everybody's who you might have missed. Okay, here we go. I would want a solid cardstock on the outside as my cover for the signature. And then I just build my pages accordingly. Now this one is awfully big. I don't know if I'm going to keep that length or not, but this could be signature 1. I don't have a tall cardstock for this one, so I'm going to make this my signature 2, but I'm actually going to put the 57 in front as my signature cover. And then since I'm going to have this bird here, maybe I'll do this next. And then a decorative paper. And then maybe the brown paper bag, which will open like that. And then this one. And actually, I could offset those like that if I wanted to. So there's signature 2, and then here's signature 3. Now I have my cardstock, but I don't think I want the brown on the outside. So let's do the green stripe on the outside. Open to brown. Oh, I would like these together, but I'm going to save that one. I do like them together. Let's do this. No. Wait a minute. What's on the outside? Yeah, I'm going to flip this one. Don't ever forget that you have that option to flip. If you don't like what's coming together page to page, you always have the option to flip. All right, now let's do that. And then we'll put this one. And that's awfully busy. I think I'm going to go this way on here. Okay. So now we have 1, 2, 3 very thick signatures. Let's just see. I've purposefully made this shorter than a standard signature page because I'm trying to do some different things. I really like this. You know how I build up my signatures with lots of laces coming off of them and, you know, maybe some pom-poms sometimes coming off of them. So I'm going to totally be digging this. I'm not going to glue these or sew them in tonight, obviously, because I'm out of time. But I did want to show you, basically, this is where I am with this book. What do you think of this idea of this cover being shorter than the pages. I think it's going to be so interesting when it's all done. And I actually, so see how I have this green and then I have this green right there? Maybe that's not my opening signature. See, I love the play. I love this. Oh, yes, the stripes. I love this whole creative process of playing with all the combinations that could be. And there are endless possibility of combinations that could exist with the order that you put these pages in your book. And that's what I love about bookmaking is we could all have the same exact pages in a kit and every single one of our books would look different based on what you think looks nice. And there's no right or wrong. I think I like the stripe. And then my second signature could be the 57, which is a little wild. And then go back to a really lovely, pretty green. And then this is going to end up like that, which is really cute next to my bunnies and my coffee stained paper. Oh goodness, I'm happy with this. It doesn't always happen. Thanks, Lydia. I do too. I think it's so interesting. And because I used that cereal box, this is really nice and sturdy. I mean, you can buy chipboard, but you don't have to. You probably are getting, cardstock envelopes in the mail when you're ordering things like papers and it's sent in a cardstock envelope, or you have plenty of food storage boxes that are nice and sturdy that you can cut down and use like I did here. Thanks, Rose. Thank you for saying that. So what do you think? Should I keep this? I mean, it's going to get decorated, mind you. Now the one that's the tallest is my envelopes. And it's really sticking out, right? It's really sticking out. If I actually put it more centered, it won't stick out too much, but it's really sticking out. It'll get decorated. It won't just be an envelope. I'll show you. I have this whole book going. This entire book is these, these envelopes, my junk envelopes, my utility bills and bank statements. And so this whole book is made up of those. And once I decorate them, you don't necessarily know that that's envelopes under there, but that's what they are. Look at, I kept that one. That was my American Express bill. So anyway, see how lovely that is, covered with brown paper. Thanks for saying that, Rose. I'm really excited about doing this differently than what the standard would say to do. That is what I struggle with, the paper combination. Lisa, I have so much confidence in you, girl. You can do this. And remember, there is no right or wrong. So really, I would say, I would really encourage you to not be harsh on yourself with your decisions, because there's endless possibilities. I could go on all day long about which page should go first and which one should go next. And should this be in that signature or this signature and what order to put them in? I could do it all day and so could you. But in the end, particularly if that's starting to, if it starts to wear you down or take the joy away from the process, then don't overthink it too much. Just do it and have fun with it. Remember, you can always cover. If you don't love the look of that, you can always cover it with something else. It's just paper. We can do this. And you can definitely do this. And I encourage you to just keep at it and keep trying, keep practicing. I agree, Alex. Sometimes it is hard to think outside the box. So that's been my challenge to myself lately, is to think a little differently about how I'm constructing these books. This one I'm just freaking in love with. I'll just show you. This one's I don't usually do small books, but I did on this one. And on this one, I have basically a dual cover. So the tie on this one, I embedded onto an additional cover. Here's my cover of my book, but I created another cover on my tie for this book. So it's like a dual cover, and I just think it's so sweet. Think it's so sweet. So I'm going to be trying, Alex, to do more of this here at the Comfy Nest with Grace. So if you're interested in hanging out with me, I'd love to have your company. If you're not already, any of you, aren't already hanging out with me on the regular, if you're a junk journaler and you want to try to do some different things and be see some different ways of doing it, please. I love to have your company and your input as I'm doing it. Yes, Rose, I love what you said about destiny. Yep, Debbie, that's good advice. Sometimes we need a reset. If you don't sew, just use your glue. Just use your glue. Yep, absolutely. You do not need to sew. That is not necessary to hold this together. Your glues will hold it together just fine. It's absolutely decorative. I look at it like it is absolutely not going to go anywhere with the stitches, but use a good solid glue. Like I would not just use this if I was not going to sew. If I was not going to sew, I would definitely use this throughout the whole cover. But you saw me, I used this mainly. And then when I did the fabric, I added a little bit more of the beacon 3-in-1. But if you are not going to sew, I would use a really permanent solid glue for everything. This is permanent, but with all the folds that this is going to get, I would want to make sure I have the best glue possible, but you do not need to sew. You do not need to sew. Alex, I'm so glad you love to junk journal. Girl, me too. Me too. All right, girls, my time is definitely up. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all so much. If you're not on my Telegram channel and you want to be on my Telegram channel, let me get that. The Telegram channel is where I do the live notifications telling you that I'm going live and when. I also give my weekly schedule to my Telegram channel people and some behind the scene photos of me and my family and things going on behind the scenes here at the Comfy Nest. So there you go. There is the link to the Telegram channel. Join it, please. Would love to have you there with us. And you guys have a beautiful, blessed night. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Many blessings.